There's a famous idea you've almost certainly heard before. Give a monkey a typewriter and infinite time to bang on the keys. And eventually, by pure chance, it will type the complete works of Shakespeare. Every play, every sonnet, every word in perfect order. By accident. It's called the Infinite Monkey Theorem. And here's the strange part. For over a century, mathematicians agreed it was true. But in 2024, two scientists finally did the math no one had done, and discovered the famous theorem is, in the real world, completely impossible. This is the story of an idea that's true and totally wrong at the same time. The idea is surprisingly old. Its roots go back thousands of years. A version of it appears in the thinking of Aristotle. The modern form came from a French mathematician, Émile Borel, in 1913. Borel imagined a huge number of monkeys typing randomly to illustrate a point about probability and very unlikely events. But it was pop culture that made the monkeys famous. It showed up in The Simpsons, where Mr. Burns owns a room of typing monkeys. It appeared in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The image was funny, absurd, and weirdly profound, and it stuck. But behind the joke was a serious mathematical claim. And to understand why mathematicians accepted it, start small. Imagine a monkey typing truly at random on a keyboard. The chance it types the first letter of Hamlet correctly is small, but real. Roughly 1 in a few dozen, depending on the keys. The chance of the first 2 letters in a row is much smaller. And 3 letters, smaller still. The odds shrink fast with every letter. But here's the key idea. Small is not the same as 0. As long as the chance isn't exactly 0, something powerful happens over time. If the monkey types forever, truly forever, it gets infinite tries. And with infinite tries, any outcome that can happen eventually does. Not just once, infinitely many times. Mathematicians call this almost surely. It means probability equals 1. So, in infinite time, the monkey doesn't just maybe type Shakespeare. It types all of Shakespeare, guaranteed. That part is real math. And once you sit with that, it gets even stranger. In infinite time, the monkey doesn't only type Shakespeare. It types every book that has ever been written. Every book that ever will be written. In every language. It types this exact video's script, and a version with 1 word changed. It types your entire life story, and a version where you made different choices. Every possible arrangement of letters exists somewhere in that infinity. This is the almost hypnotic pull of infinity. Everything that is not impossible becomes not just possible, but certain. It's beautiful, it's dizzying, and it hides a fatal flaw. Because infinity is a mathematical fantasy, and we don't live in one. That's exactly what 2 mathematicians realized in 2024. Stephen Woodcock and Jay Folletta at the University of Technology, Sydney. They noticed the theorem quietly cheats. It assumes infinite time, or an infinite number of monkeys, but reality offers neither. The real universe has a finite number of atoms and a finite lifespan. So they asked a question no one had formally answered before. What if you only have realistic resources in the universe we actually live in? They called it the Finite Monkey's Theorem, and they ran the actual numbers. Here's what they found. They started with a single chimpanzee, typing 1 key every second for its entire 30-year lifespan. The chance it types just the word bananas? About 5%. 1 short, fitting word, and it probably fails over an entire lifetime. Then they tried a slightly longer phrase, I chimp, therefore I am. The odds? Roughly 1 in 10 million billion. A number so large, it's essentially impossible to picture. So they scaled all the way up. Every chimp on Earth, about 200,000. All typing 1 key per second. without ever stopping. Not for years, not for millions of years, for the entire future lifespan of the universe, until its heat death. That's about 10 to the 100th power years, a 1 with 100 zeros. And even across all of that, the monkeys still fail. They don't produce the works of Shakespeare, not even one play. Not even, the researchers noted, most trivial phrases. The universe dies long before the monkeys get anywhere close. So the theorem isn't wrong, exactly, and this distinction matters. In pure infinite mathematics, it remains perfectly true. But the researchers showed it's misleading in the real world. Because infinity hides just how impossibly rare these events are. It's part of a whole family of puzzles where infinity fools our intuition. Where it'll happen eventually quietly means not in any real universe. And that's the deeper lesson hiding inside the monkeys. Infinity is a powerful mathematical tool, but it is not reality. The moment you swap forever for the actual lifespan of everything, certainty collapses into impossibility. So the next time you hear the famous monkey line, you'll know the beautiful truth hiding inside it. In an imaginary world of infinite time, the monkey is a guaranteed genius. In the real universe, it will never type a single meaningful line. Two answers to the same question, both completely correct. It all depends on one word, forever. And forever, it turns out, is something our universe simply doesn't have. The monkeys never stood a chance, and that might be the most amazing part. If you love ideas that flip the way you see the world, this is your channel. Subscribe to Fiuzaverse, and let's keep making the impossible make sense.